Hiya guys, Spectre here. Welcome back to some more Top Warhammer 3. Continuing my Tyrion campaign. We just took this out in the last part. I know there's some shit went off weird here. But I need to get my hero back. My hero's been wounded. So hopefully he'll respawn somewhere around here. Don't know how he got wounded because he's a level 50 Lawmaster getting wounded by a level 33 Sorceress. But as seen here, Malekith has got 4 full stack armies, a 5th one there, one more there recruiting, I think it's a Black Ark, there's another army there, and there's 2 more here recruiting. So we've still got a lot of armies. So we need to chip away at his ability to have that many armies by taking away his provinces. Or, like, example is, if these become level 1s, tier 1s, I don't mind. It's not a problem to me. I'm not looking to essentially keep the territory, to deny it him. Anything I can do to make it harder for him to have this many armies. The more I take off him, the less he's going to be able to have. The Demon Prince guy sending an army over, okay. Once I get another lord with a decent trait, recruit him. Oh shit, I just went past the Dark Elf armies. Fucking hell. I'm going to have my most experienced lord, which is actually my second army, not my first defensive army. He's going to then be an attacking army. And he's going to go forward and join Tyrion and Alistair. So I think 3 defending is plenty. I don't need 4. One thing I've noticed is kind of weird is that the lords that you've recruited but aren't presently in armies are still getting leveled up through the mentor system. Don't know why that is. To me that sounds like a bug. Because when you read the mentor system it just say active lords and heroes. If they're in your lord recruitment pool, but they're not actually in an army on the campaign map, to me that's not active. Because they can't influence the game in any way. But they're still gaining experience from the mentor system. Because I had one last night get, I think, a Sun Dragon. Because he leveled up while being not recruited. I only recruited those guys because they've got negative shitty traits. I recruited those in like a must-need scenario. I would never intend on keeping them with a negative trait because they suck ass. I mean, there are some that you can get that won't affect your army. It might be like increase the upkeep cost of like Sisters of Avalon and units like that. But if you're not taking any of those in your army, then it doesn't affect that army negatively. But all it means is, basically the Lord is a blank slate. He hasn't got a trait that benefits any kind. I'd rather have some of the positive trait, even a small positive, than a trait that does nothing. But I've now got enough armies where I can be a bit more picky. So I can wait for a good trait lord and then spend 60 influence getting that lord. Same with the heroes, although I spend 40 sometimes on the nobles, not always. I always spend 40 on the Lawmaster because I want Blade Lord. Just the upkeep cost of my primary units.
I am Tyrion,
and the mage I can spend 10 or 40 on. The mage I'm not too fussed about. What I try and look for with the mage is mistcast reduction and increased range on the spells. So what I think is one called Primed and the other one's called Conductor, which is like the superior version of it. But that usually throws in like a bound spell of some kind as well, which I don't give a shit about. But I won't get too picky on the mages and nobles. I'm not gonna like wait for a certain trait for a mage or noble. If my lord's got a good trait and I've got the Blade Lord Loremaster, then in terms of the noble and mage, I'll just take whatever I can get. Even if something like, example, like Determined. Determined gives like a +3 leadership and immune psychology. It's still 2 positive traits for that particular character. It doesn't have to be something amazing. Bloody hell, Congline are fucking Dark Elves. Now if I attack one, the other one can reinforce it. But only one of them can. They've not gone this way, surprisingly. I think they're after Tyrion.
Tyrion, heir of an Aryan.
What? Somehow I've got a chaos spawn of Zinch in my army. Not sure what that is meant to mean. Okay.
Forget yourself. Servant of the king.
I'm going to kick the spawn out because I don't know why it's there. I don't need to bug out my game or anything. I'm not sure if it's like a thingy, Kairos thing. Where it's like, here, have a chaos spawn. That might then turn on you in battle.
Only chaos commands me.
Oh, that armor's not too bad. I can deal with that.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
We can deal with that. It's Sevelius' turn to shine.
Defender of the Ever Queen.
Hang about.
I will do my duty. Your bidding.
Hang about, here we can reach them. Ooh.
Defender of Ulfwan.
Right, okay, he needs one more turn for recovery anyway. He's back in 3 turns.
visions predict failure.
That guy's army's shagged.
I serve the king.
I might move Alistair there. See what maybe I can make a play from there next turn.
I will do my duty.
Right. This Norscan seems to have overplayed his hand.
Onward.
Old one of Throg's guys.
Defender of the Everqueen. The Assa follows strength.
Armor of Stars.
Restrain them. Guardian.
That'd be better for her. Personally.
What news? Sailing on. Primed for action. Sailing away.
No, he's on a Sun Dragon.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown. Prince.
That's them dealt with. Thank you for the money and the experience there,
Elf one triumphant.
old Throggy.
Prince of Elf one. Your will is done.
We have met before.
Valiant Lord.
That army's not going to do anything. Why is that army even been recruited? There's far too many peasant units in that army.
It is forbidden.
And that army's not great, but at least it's got some knights, but not enough. Bretonnians are very, very simple in terms of like army build, because you're just having all knights. That's what you want. You don't ever want an abundance of peasants in your army, really. It's not the way to go. It's like Volkmar for the Empire. Volkmar benefits things like flagellants and stuff. Just because he buffs them doesn't mean you should take them. They're not good units. They might be okay for the early game, maybe into the mid game, but they will not do shit in the late game. Not against late game AI armies. They're going to fuck you over. You have to build a certain way. In these difficulties anyway. In your easy and normal, you can build pretty much whatever you want. Hard, maybe a bit more like 70-30 in your favour. But once you hit very hard, it's more like 80-20 in the AI's favour. So you've got to build very specific armies. If the army isn't part of a group that works, you won't win battles. Simple as that. You can't take armies of fucking chariots and expect to do well, because you won't. It's like the equivalent of one that we saw recently in our multiplayer campaign, me and Overlord. There was a dwarf army with a hero and 18 artillery. Overlord, for some reason, it wouldn't give him the auto-resolve clean. It gave him like a Pyrrhic victory. So Overlord fought the battle, and it gave him then at the end of the battle heroic victory. He literally barely took any damage. He just charged straight in and wiped out the artillery. The only thing put up a fight was the hero and the lord. That was it. Everything else just fled. It's like, why on earth the AI would build an army like that? One, I do not know. And two, that army will not be effective. Because as soon as they've got any kind of fast units, they will get to you. You cannot stop them all. They are gonna see combat.
The answer
Okay. Going for current car or... Oh. Right, he's still moving down. He definitely wants Tyrion. He's raiding me. What is this army? Marcus Wolfart's here, so hopefully he might do something. That looks like he's about to get dead. He's retreating, which is not a good sign. Yep, he's dead. And see, they can see these armies here, because We're allies. They can have vision from my hero. So they know those armies are there, so why would they walk into a pointless battle they can't win against an army and a half? Say we're taking 20 units against 30, and clearly they couldn't win it. And through being able to see through my vision, they know that those armies are there and where they can move to. But yeah, the AI said, oh no, these are going to move here and they're going to commit suicide. They're going to die and do nothing. They basically just died in vain for no fucking reason. I could understand if they were walking blind into the fog of war and they hadn't scouted it out, because the AI does that a lot. But when it can see through my hero, I basically scouted it for them. And they just killed themselves for no reason. They just gave the enemy free experience and free money. And in terms of the Dark Elves, free slaves. I don't get that. Especially not on very hard difficulty as well. I only play on very hard or legendary. They're the only two difficulties that I play on. I generally play legendary in my personal time, as opposed to recording. Because the problem is with legendary in recording wise, let's say I play 7 turns, and you only get the auto save when you hit the end turn button. And I think it saves at the start of a turn, not at the end. And let's say it crashes in the end game. Right, but I've not finished my recording. I can't go back to turn 1 and start again, essentially. Or wherever I last saved at, for example. So let's say, I don't know, let's say I'm 20 turns in and I do 7 turns. So I'm at turn 27 and it crashes. I can't reload turn 20 to restart the recording. My recording's then ruined. Because you guys have missed out on 7 turns of content because of a crash. So it makes it so I can't complete the campaigns as intended, which is why I do more than one save as well. So I can always load up that save, and if something does happen, if the game crashes, if there's a bad bug or something like that, I can at least load up the very first save at the start of the session and then start from that turn. It's annoying to do so, don't get me wrong, it's really frustrating. I'd rather it just be completed in one go. But let's be honest, CA's games do have a good deal of bugs. At the moment with the Mortal Empires, it's not very well optimised graphically, so it's got a lot of frame rate issues in certain areas of the campaign map. And they do crash a lot. Usually the key points for crashes on this game are either on the end turn, or going into or coming out of a battle. They're usually the main crash points. We had one once as well, and it was in Immortal Empires. Early on when Immortal Empires had released, and something happened to the game, it had crashed. And it had crashed going into a siege. And it had auto-resolved the siege for the player in question, and basically wiped out his army. Now, if that had been legendary, you can't go back. That's it, it's already done. You've lost your army. Where, if it's very hard, you can load up the last manual save you've done. So I would happily do all my campaigns in legendary if they would add in like a manual save of some kind. Don't need to add in quick saves before battles. I can go without that. But they need to add in a manual save. Even if it's like, right, you can have one manual save, just one save. But then at least I can save it at the end of every session. And then I can play from that point onwards. And if there's any crashes or bad bugs that happen and occur, I can reload that save and then redo what I've done, essentially. Because there's no other way around it. And me personally, if it was me watching a campaign, and let's say I was watching somebody do a campaign, and they were on turn 23. And then the next episode starts on turn 31. I'll be like, well, what happened in these 8 turns? I'm missing part of the campaign. It's like watching a TV series that's 20 episodes, and suddenly 4 episodes vanish, and you've only got 16 episodes. They're not there to tell the story of what happened and the lead up. You'll be both frustrated, annoyed, and angry at like what you've missed. And I don't want to do that to my viewer base. I want them to get the complete story as it is. And it's just ensuring basically that I can do so. I hate having to watch these pirates, it's so annoying. It's like, oh yes, you're moving slightly through the ocean. The only time these ever affect you is if you go near them in the ocean with an army. They'll declare war on you and attack your army. They don't attack the AI, they only attack the player. Which I think they need to change that personally. Because then most of these wouldn't see the late game. They've spawned here, that's fine. As long as I'm not spawning on Old One, I'm okay with it.
Never. What is this foolishness?
Protector of the Evergreen.
Right. Well, let's get the growth building. We're definitely going to need that.
Shield against the darkness.
The problem is there's a fucking hero here.
Tyrion.
The hero's going to fuck up my plan.
Ill considered. Valiant Lord.
Albric's back. Albric, that army's terrible, mate.
Ill considered.
See, like example, this is an example of a shit army. Shades are pretty good, don't get me wrong, but the Shades still need some sort of front line. Basically, his front line here is the Lord, the Witch Elves, and a unit of Dreadspears. The rest of his army's all ranged. My cavalry and my flyers will run them down. That is a stupid fucking army to build. 5 bolt throwers? You never need 5 artillery in any army. Pretty much. 3's usually like the max. In most cases I probably go 2. But 3's okay as well. 4's probably 1 too many. Because then it's like a fifth of your army. And bear in mind, most artillery, once the enemy reaches your lines, can't shoot. Because they'll kill your own troops. So they've got a limited amount of usefulness. Right. Well, what I want to do is, I want to move Tyrion.
My journey begins. Ambush.
I'm putting him in ambush stance. Problem is, pretty much there's a 100% chance this hero is going to bring me out of ambush.
The Reaper.
And then what they can do is, One army can attack Twisted Glades and besiege it. The other army attacks Tyrion, but both of their armies get pulled in, and I don't get the garrison. But the garrison's shagged anyway, so it's not going to much help. But the idea is if one can walk into an ambush, whichever one it may be, I can kill one of them first, and then deal with the other one after.
Definitely not.
Protector of the realm.
Protector of Elf.
Yeah, gear that.
I'm ready.
What fool dares touch me?
I can reach him. It'd be one-on-one, but if my armies can't beat one-on-one, then we've got problems.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
Right, we've got a battle here as well.
Your orders are
Let's
reasonable.
fuck this guy up. That gives me frick victory. I'll see, I want to try and do 2 attacks with this army this turn. So I'm going to fight this one. And literally as well, Alistair's army is pretty much designed to counter that army. He's got White Lions with like 40% missile resist. He's got fast as fuck Silver Helms, Dragon and Phoenix. This army isn't designed to stand a chance against this one. So how it only gives me a frick victory, I've got no fucking idea. Because I should be able to take this fight with extremely minimal casualties. The only thing I'm probably going to get hit by in the beginning is going to be these. That's going to be quite painful. And they're in trees as well, which trees ain't going to help. It won't help my cavalry so much either, but these can't fight for crap.
Ever vigilant.
High Mage!
Loremaster of power.
White Lions. As you say.
White Lions!
Mage! Outward Mage!
Immediately. I will.
By Alariel.
To the fray! Very well.
Right. This is what I call a target-rich environment. Easy pickings. Got bought for a crew there, bought for a crew there, okay. Bought for a crew there. And they're in March as well. I mean, I don't think auto-resolve really factors in, like, your stance, or, like, if you're tired of something, because it just never seems to fucking do anything, it really doesn't. This is why you don't take an army that's ranged with no fucking front line.
Outward mage.
Unless you're a goddamn moron.
Men Louis, Orior, Men Louis.
Understood. Silver Helms! Without fail. Orior! Sit up! Silver Helms!
As a mage.
Ever loyal.
And that's why I weren't gonna auto-resolve that one.
Restoring order.
Ready. Duty calls. My power is yours. I go then.
As you say.
There we go. That puts him down. They're in March, so they should be dead. That gave me a Pyrrhic victory. I lost a single elf. One elf. That army is dog shit. Never ever ever recruit that type of fucking army. Ever. These 5 units at the front here should be the front line units. Ideally, Blackguard. Some people don't like Blackguard, but Blackguard are good at holding a line. They can hold well enough against infantry, and they fuck over large units. Which would have really hurt against my Silver Helms and my Dragon and my Phoenix. That army, shit.
Subjugate. How can I assist you?
He's already got one of those.
Servant of the king.
Weapon of banner of eternal flame.
Prince of Elfwan. Guardian of
I don't think you need them to actually have control.
I go. For the king! My prowess is easy. There will be consequences! Ready to serve.
Foolish request.
Can I offer assistance? Honor calls. Prince.
your decree.
Protector of the
Oh my god. Peasants. So why does Petunian recruit these armies and I'm fucking fighting against them?
a noble victory.
But yeah, what I've done anyway here, I've looted it for the replenishment,
At your service.
because my army will pretty much recover in one turn. But if this guy is smart,
This will.
he can't do anything.
No. Definitely not.
He could force march to reinforce, but that's about it. But he's the only one that can deliver the attack. And if I retreat from him, he can't get me again.
All forward
Because he
triumph.
might attack while my army's injured and go for me.
Never.
And if these go force march, they could probably make it back as well. But we'll see. Because I just wiped out 2 of their armies and 1 of mine. And took no losses. Right. Let's see what this guy's packing.
For the Ever Queen! to follow strength. Restrain them.
Defeated the Demon Prince, yeah, so it was him.
Journeying on.
Slayer of the God Slayer. All that faith and slavish devotion didn't stop the Demon Prince from losing badly on the day, at least to a general of vastly higher quality. Legend of Kislev plus 20, attrition minus 50%, casualty suffered from all attrition. Exactly amazing.
Spectre of Elves.
And see, ones that give relations like that, they're kind of fucking stupid, those ones. It's like, you give relations with Kislev. What if Kislev wiped out? What good would that be to me then? And that's that Muppet dealt with as well. Does that affect his power bar? Has he gone down a bit? Yeah, well, a little bit. Apparently, in fact, no. He's not stronger than me. He's weaker than me.
Hellish power.
The Druki are no threat. Shield against the darkness. Highball.
Handmaiden of Alario.
I'm not going in these buildings yet. Not until I know they can be safe. I don't want to sink any more money into them. Is Ilario going to take Arnheim today? She's got 2 armies against it. What more do you need? Good God. Why is it going up there walking round this? Take that. Take it. Wish he would do what I've told him. As expected. Ooh, they're gonna go back. Both of them? Fucking hell. Huh? Why can't I retreat? I'm not in march stance. What? He's attacking the garrison. What? Why would that kill Alistair's army? See, this is why it's good to have saves. Just in case you get bullshit like this. So, I'm not sure if this is a bug or whatnot. I don't know. They're attacking the town. I'm outside the town. I should be able to retreat. I'm not in march stance. There's nothing stopping me from retreating. But now the game's deciding you can't retreat. There's a reason I put my army on the outside of the town. So when they attacked, I could retreat. That's the whole point of the move that I just made. And if they're attacking the town, I can choose, usually, not to join in the attack and leave the town to its fate. That is something you are able to do. So why can't I do it?
The city is crumbling.
I serve the king. Servant of the king.
I don't get it. There's no reason I should be stopped from doing that. I'll try it again. See if it was just like some temporary bug or something. I don't know. I don't know what that were. There's no reason that I should be stopped from being able to retreat. There's a whole reason that I'm on the outside of the town to retreat. I've done this like a million times in this game. There's nothing that can stop me from being able to retreat. If they attack me, I can retreat. If they attack the town, I can choose not to engage. I don't have to be involved in this fight. Well, this time I only brought up 2 armies, but I don't want to fight this. Why am I being forced to fight it? Okay. The game's apparently broken. Right, I'll have to load the quick save. Wherever this was at. See where I'm at. And see what I was talking about earlier on about the annoying parts of bugs in games. Prime example here. Bug in a game. Unable to retreat from a scenario where I can retreat. I've personally done this before in this game. There's nothing stopping me able to retreat. But for some reason, the game's saying, no, you can't retreat. You've got to stay and fight with this garrison. I'm not in the town.
The Asher followed strength. Restrain them.
What is... I've already made the move.
Lethal grace.
I've already made the move, haven't I? Shit. The last save was 2 turns ago.
Champion of the Ever Queen. Following your orders.
My visions predict failure.
How can I assist?
So we can't move if we don't go into that? No, we don't get any movement back either.
Pausing.
Why am I not getting any movement? I don't know. I'll have to figure out around it or go back 2 turns because obviously the bug's going to get Alistair's army killed. And I can't fight with an army that's fucking practically half dead. But I don't know why I can't retreat. If I'd have fought in any way that this was going to happen to me, I would have fought the battle. But I didn't have to fight the battle because I knew I could retreat. So I don't understand why I can't. It's kind of weird. So I'll leave this part here. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new here, please drop a sub. Help grow the channel. And I'll catch you on the next video.